Good morning. My name is Lisa Schmid. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to Saturday in the studio. I'm super excited to have you here. I'm not sure where you're coming from, but oh my goodness, today is glorious outside in Minnesota. We've been waiting a long time for nice weather, and yesterday was 70, like the quintessential day. And those are the days we live for, right? In Minnesota. So if you're here, let us know where you're coming from. And in the comments, just make a little comment. Today, I want to show you something, a new stamp set and punch, or stamp set and dies, called Wisteria Wonder. And there's a lot more we can do with it than it appears at first. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you this darling stamp set. Wisteria Wishes. I think I said Wisteria Wonder, but it's Wisteria Wishes. And it's so fun with this little greenery, and the greenery has the 3 wisteria that hang from it, and then you've got this little accent piece to put on top of it. Faith is about trusting, even when you don't understand. Happiness grows within, to a friend who's all kinds of wonderful, and get it, hang in there. And then I'll show you that in a minute, growing up instead of growing down. So it could be, what do we decide those flowers were? You think about
lupine.
It. Lupine, yeah, it could be lupine, or lots of lupine doesn't have that. Anyway, lots of different things. So, and then we have all kinds of dies. So I'm going to show you these as we go along. And so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to use today.
Morning, Sandy, Melinda, Carolyn.
Sky. Rainy, cool, West Virginia. Okay. Talked to somebody from West Virginia yesterday, and she said it was rainy. Hi, Sandy. So Starry Sky is what I'm starting with. And here's a great way to extend your designer series paper. If you're like, well, I don't really have as much as I want, I need to order more. You can use it as just the quarter sheet background. And then put on top of it a piece of...
You said for designer series paper. But
sorry,
that's just regular.
Just a quarter sheet of cardstock if you want to just pop the color without using a whole half sheet is what I'm trying to say. So you will just cut this in a quarter inch. So instead of 8.5, it would be 8.25 by 5.25. So you just take it in a quarter inch on all sides, and then that becomes a nice base for there. So let's go ahead and stick that one on. I'll grab my bone folder here.
Morning, Diane. All our Minnesota peeps are talking about how nice it is.
Sorry, Melinda. She said it's not so sunny and nice there. But I bet you've had more sunny and nice days than we have.
For sure.
All right. So I'm just going to center that on there. And then I am going to use the designer series paper, which comes in, you can get brights or subtles or all different kinds of colors. These are obviously the in colors. So I'm going in another quarter inch. So now it is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so I just keep going in a quarter inch, gives you a nice little border there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. I am so in love. Hi, Barb. So in love with these in colors. Just, they make me happy. Okay, now we're ready to actually design. This is what's going to sit on the front. So let me grab my pad because I am using photopolymer. And I'm going to use the branch, which looks like this, so I can show you those 4 or 3 really pretty wisteria. So I'm going to use Parakeet Party, because why not, right? It's a really pretty color. And I'm going to go right to the edge there. And the one thing I look at with this is my 3 hanging stems, because at first I wanted to do it like that, thinking I wanted the leaves, but the 3 hanging stems. Hi, Kay. Hi, Patty. Hi, Tanya. Oh, nice. The 3 hanging stems I want to be, or branches, what are those called? I want to be straight. So that's really what I'm looking at on there more than the leaves. Then I'm going to stamp it in Orchid Oasis, another one of our new colors. And I'm going to stamp these 3 cute wisteria. They are so, so pretty. Again, just looking at these, what are they, stems? I guess they're stems. What do you call them?
Stems.
Stems? Okay, stems. And I'm just going to put that there. Isn't that pretty? Now, I can see that this one is not quite there, but I'm going to show you how I remedy that. See, that one's sort of hanging down. Not that it's in process of falling. But now I'm going to use my Starry Sky. So one shade, well, a shade darker, something darker, with this stamp, which is the accent stamp. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to stamp it up a little higher so it connects that. Okay, so it makes that connect, and I'm just going to stamp some on there like that. Maybe I need a little bit more on that high spot so it doesn't look like it's just that, but isn't that pretty? I think it's very pretty. So that's a way to kind of remedy that if it's floating a bit. Okay, so far so pretty. Yes, I just think just even that is just gorgeous. So I am going to show you some of the dies. I could stamp and die cut out the leaves. Okay, so I could do this. I could stamp and die cut out the leaves. I'll show you that card in a little bit. Or I could stamp or die cut, excuse me, just die cut out these really pretty leaves with the veins and everything. They just look really pretty. We can decide if we want them or not. We'll look at it and see. So, and I know that has one, but what I did is I kind of cut that off. So you could have extra leaves. I think I might just leave stamping, but I wanted to show you that you could have something pop up. What do you think, Dave? Are you looking?
Popping up is nice with that.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to cut off that one stem because I really don't want that. I sort of just want the branch and some of the leaves. So I just kind of want it like that to give it a little extra something, something. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. I'm not going to pop it up. I'm just going to get it on there because that texture I think will be enough to give it notice it. So let's go ahead and, oops, I think I need one on the stem. There we go. And we'll flip that over. All right, so let's go ahead and stick this kind of up here a little bit. Let's see how we want this. Had it sort of like that. I think that's really pretty. I'm going to go stay inside the stitches there. You could go all the way to the edge, but I'm going to kind of stay inside. So there, just to add another layer, a little bit extra on top. All right, and then down here, I am actually just going to stamp directly on this. Let me just see for a second. Let's decide here. There might be, I think I'm going to stamp, directly on this. I'm going to stamp this faith. I always have to go back and look at this. Faith is about trusting, and I love that phrase because if you've had any trials, faith is definitely about trusting the Lord. So let's put that, I'm going to put it right there. Faith is about trusting. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And I think because I did this flat, I think I will pop up the whole, this piece, which is kind of big, but that's okay. When I do a big piece, I usually take an edge because then I can just get it a little bit more at a time. And I don't use scissors on my dimensionals because I don't like to get my scissors gummy. So I might just do like that. And then I'm gonna do one more on that corner, kind of like that. And I just pull them off. I don't cut them, you don't need to. Like that. That's probably good enough to keep it popped up. And then this piece I'm just going to tear off and throw away. Like that. So I use all dimensionals in all different ways. All right, there we go. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. What I'm noticing is my little side over here that didn't have it. Oh yeah, it does have dimensional. There we go. Okay. Isn't that pretty? I think it's quite stunning. The last thing we could do is add some Wink of Stella, which of course Wink of Stella makes anything just a little bit
sparkly,
more, a little bit more beautiful,
shimmery,
a little shimmery. Don't know if you can see that there. Ooh, got some bubbles coming out. There we go. I don't know if you can see the shimmer so much, or a little bit. And then inside, I'm going to go ahead and stamp something in here because I can. Just a little something, something. And I'm going to use that same Starry Sky. And I'm going to use these words even when you don't understand. Because sometimes we don't understand why things are happening the way they are happening. So I'm just going to stamp, oops, not upside down. But if I did, I would just cover it, right? That's real life stamping. And then I think we just need a little green inside to make it just a little bit prettier. So we're just going to use this little stamp and
The leaf.
The leaf, right? I'm going to clean off this one and stick the leaf on it. Go back to my little green. I'm just going to put one leaf up here. Parakeet, not green. Parakeet. Party. Who doesn't want to have a party when you stamp? I do. I want to party any time of day. I am going to, okay, this is how we fix mistakes. Dave always laughs when I do something like that. But you know what? I think I've said this before. It's real life stamping. So that little leaf didn't come out. No big deal. Just stamp it again. And when you stamp the second one, make sure you cover that. Looks like it was meant to be, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that so pretty? Ah, yes. This color is kind of a bluey purple color. It almost looks more blue on the screen. I feel like it's a little bit purple. It's hard to tell. I don't know. Bluey purple. So I think it's depends on how you see it. But Dave, did you want to say something? Because I have other things to show them.
Sure. Let me just pull up.
Sounds good. So pretty. This is my favorite color, if you don't know that, friends. This lime green, parakeet party, granny apple. Okay.
So we're coming up on that time of the month, Card Kit Club. And May's Card Kit Club features Bottled Happiness. So included in your kit, you will get the Bottled Happiness stamp set. As always with Card Kit Club, you have the option to add some additional things and pay no additional shipping. So among the things we're offering this month are obviously the dies, which someone asked once, so do I get it at the bundle price? Yes. The additional you pay is just the difference between the stamp set and the bundle. Also the bottles that go with it.
Yeah,
the domes.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I'm wondering,
does
this have dies or does it have a punch?
It has a punch.
Yes, sorry, I'm saying dies. It comes with the you could get the bottle punch for the bundle price, the domes, and then we added one more item in there. So if you are already in the club, this is what the included set is going to be. If you already ordered it, no problem. Just let us know what else you would like to substitute for that. And if you have not joined Card Kit Club, go to thestamperstudio.com, scroll down to where it says clubs, and you can click and join Card Kit Club. We always have you let us know by the 15th if you want a different set. Then we get everything ordered. And usually we promise you by the 30th we will ship out the supplies to make all 3 projects. We usually get a little earlier than that unless it gets to be a crazy month. But by the end of the month, you will receive all of your materials to make the 3 projects. You will get shipped directly to the Stampin' Up! Products, and you are good to go. So join us for Card Kit Club.
Thanks, Dave. And also, just so you know, like when we say we mail you the stamp set, we always throw in some extra things there. So
we do.
You're always getting about $33, $35 worth of product for your $30.
Plus the projects.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, ready to move on? I'm ready to move on. I'm so excited about this other card to show you. I'm going to start with Melon Mambo, and I went ahead and cut it a piece of 8.5 by 11 in half at 4 1/4, scored it at 5 1/2. So pretty standard size.
So your typical portrait style card.
Yes, portrait. We call these hot dog in the teaching world. Hot dog or hamburger. And I am using,
Stitched greenery?
No, I have to show you this because I have these 2 here because these colors always confuse me. So I keep this right here. I'm using Blushing Bride, but these 2 colors in my brain are hard for me to get right. So I'm using Blushing Bride, and I'm using the Stitched Greenery die. So this die, it's one big old die, and I ran these 2 through at the same time. And you can
hold it up close.
I will. The die?
No.
This. Okay. I was going to say, you can clearly see here is darker, and then here's a little lighter. And that's because I ran it through like this, which is fine because that's where I'm going to put that piece of cardstock. So I just put it through like that. It doesn't really matter if it's straight because it's got all these curvy leaves.
You probably could have even adhered it.
I probably could have adhered it, but isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. So let's go ahead and stick this on first. There we go. Put this right here. So pretty. Oh my goodness. I love, love, love this Stitch Greenery die. I'm going to give it to Dave so he can put it in the chat. Then we are going to take our Wisteria and we are going to flip it and use it this way. So let me grab my mat back here. I am going to use Pear Pizzazz and going to use these big corn leaves. That's what they look like to me. The corn,
Not corn.
it's not corn. I know Dave laughs every time I say it. I'm going to use this base for my cards or for my flowers. I'm going to go all the way. That's really well inked. All the way to the stitching like that. And just have a little bit of Pear Pizzazz on there. And then I'm going to use Melon Mambo and Blushing Bride. So my background is going to be this lighter color of Blushing Bride, because the lighter color you always want to go in the back. I'm going to make sure I've got all my orchid or starry sky off that. Okay, so Blushing Bride, my lighter color. And you can see, again, the stems are perfect height for my flowers. I'm going to overlap the stems a little bit. Okay, it's pretty, but wait. Now I'm going to use my Melon Mambo and really make it pop. I like that word, make it pop. So we'll use this and add some Melon Mambo on there. Oh, sorry, I hadn't done this color scheme before, but man, look at that. Does that just not scream spring? Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so here's another little thing that I like to do sometimes with the vellum. I'm going to put the words here on the vellum and I'm going to wrap it around here. So when I use vellum, you need to use Stays-On because the other inks will rub right off. So I'm going to use Stays-On and I'm going to use the stamp set or the same stamp set, but I'm going to use these words, happiness grows within. So let me grab that. Mine must have it out already. Happiness grows within, or I might have to do a different one if I can't find it. Oh, here it is.
Right here.
Right here. Thank you. Here it is. And we do have Stays-On Cleaner because the Stays-On really does stay on. So we have Stays-On Cleaner that will work to clean that off. So I'm just going to stamp that on there. Stays-On is sticky. Some people love the smell. Some people don't. I love it. It smells like almond to me. So happiness grows within, and then we're just going to wrap this around here. It's kind of a nice way to soften it a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and adhere that on the back. I'll just put a little adhesive there and there. Fold it up. Scooch that down a little bit. Isn't that pretty? I think it's very pretty. And this, we're just going to simply put right on here. Just like that. Ah. So pretty.
Carolyn likes the smell too.
Yeah, thanks, Carolyn. I know people like, kind of like, is it Sharpies?
Tanya too.
Sometimes people are like, ooh, those Sharpies smell good. I'm like, I know. Some people like it, some people don't. All right. So pretty simple card, although we did die cut. We did a few extra things. Now we're going to put this whole thing on here. Okay.
All right, sounds like our whole group likes the smell of Stays-On.
Excellent.
We'll have a little Stays-On party.
I am going to trim that little piece off. That bothers me that it's showing. So I'm just going to do a slight little trim there and get that piece of the Blushing Bride off there. And then we'll put it right here. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. And again, we could do some Winkostella. Everything is better with glitter.
Could add some embellishments.
Could add some embellishments. Oh gosh. Yeah, go get them. Just kidding. No, you don't have to. I'm going to add Winkostella because why wouldn't you? They're flowers. They're, oopsie, little bubble. They're flowers and they're so pretty. There we go. All right. So I did make this, bless you, in another, I never put my mic on. He tells me, put your mic on. Oh, I totally forgot. There we go. Hopefully you could hear me all this time. So I made this first in Calypso Coral with the petal pink. And then I just kind of simply, I didn't do anything. I was like, oh, the background's a little plain. So on this one, I took it up a notch, still really pretty, took it up a notch, die cut or 3D embossed the background, and then die cut the white using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So I used this border on that. Okay. Isn't that pretty? What do you think? Love it, love it, love it.
Looks great.
All right. Go for it. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. Good. I'll just keep going. Okay. I'm like, wait, you have nothing else? I'm going to come back to this card, and I want to show you one that I made. It's funny because this piece is in the dies, and I was like, I'm not sure what it is. So I put it here. It's a vine. So if you wanted to put it across the top, it's a vine. I'm like, well, I'm going to decorate it right there. But I kind of wanted to show you this little piece, and it couldn't fit on here. But this is the, what did we say it was called, Dave?
Label Me Lovely.
Label Me Fancy.
Fancy.
Label Me Fancy.
That's right, fancy.
Punch. And if you didn't have ribbon, I just want to show you this cool little technique that you could do. So Label Me Fancy Punch. You would stamp whatever words you wanted. So let me just do that. Faith is about trusting.
Tanya says the mic makes a difference, but still could hear you before.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to do, oopsie, this one. Is that the one? I'm just going to stamp whatever's on this one. And just because I just want to show you this cute little, how to do this little thing. There we go. Oh, a friend who's all kind of wonderful. Perfect. So I will punch out this, and I made 21 of these for a swap. I need to go over a little bit further, so I'm just going to trim this and punch that. There we go. I wanted that centered. So I'm going to punch that out, and then this particular punch has a straight line and then a circle, so you could use things to, like a hole punch. So I'm going to use this straight line. Go back a little bit. I'm looking for the words. See the words coming through there? I'm backing up just a little bit and punch it. Same on this side. Kind of looking for the words, back up, right on the word, but that's okay. Punch it. I don't want to go too far off because then I will end up off the paper. And then you just take a little strip of paper, little strip, doesn't matter, 1/4 inch or less probably, and put that through there. Okay, and I know you may be thinking, well, but wait, that has a darker background. Sure. So here's how we do the darker background. We just take a piece of that same color paper. You can do this with any punch. I'm going to punch out 2 of these. 1, 2, makes lots of little confetti around. It's like a party. And we're going to go ahead and stick this on the back of here. One of them. So any punch you have, you can make a little background just by layering it like this. And this side, one more. Grab that and put it like that. So that's how you can make a little layer.
Wow.
I know, right? Wow. Did your brain just explode? Probably not, but.
Easy way to layer using your punches.
Okay, I have a couple of things I want to show you also with this set, and I have one more like blow your mind type thing. Well, I don't know. I was really surprised. So we've got obviously the wisteria hanging down. We also, with the stamp or with the die, then we also flipped it over and used it this way. Okay. Then let me show you one more thing that comes with it. We have these huge dies. They are really, okay, Dave's like, they're not huge. To me, they're huge.
They're large, but
okay.
They're not huge.
I think they're huge. I was like, wow, these are big. So you can do just the wisteria with these big, larger than life dies and layering them. Well, that's kind of fun with the hang in there and the glossy dots. That's kind of pretty. This one actually, if you find the page, this image like that is right on in the catalog. So remember, the catalog is definitely an idea book and catalog. It's not just catalog, it's an idea book. So I go there first to look for ideas. Here is another one. So here's the, thank you. So here's the idea I kind of took from them. I was like, oh, okay, angled. Because I thought, how do you use these larger than life? No, how do you use these? So anyway, so there's that. And then there's this one. I thought that's kind of fun with, oh, I always forget this lighter green color. mint macaron. And then this I just stamped on because with the little stamp, just to give it, because again, I saw this in the catalog. I was like, oh, and there's that little branch or vine. You see the vine behind there a little bit. So I thought that was pretty. But wait, so these are all flowers, right? This I just love. Oh my goodness. And one other thing, when you put on Wink Stella, it kind of smudges. If you put it on right away, it kind of blends the colors, not smudges, blends the colors, which is really pretty. All right, I have one more thing to show you that I don't know about you, but for me, it was like, wow, what? This is craziness. So I need to find just right here. There's a lot of stamps out. Here they are, my trees. Oh, what? My trees. Flip them over and they can be trees. What? Uh-huh. True fact. So I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to stamp some trees. Make a whole forest. Okay. So there are trees. And just wait, I do have a card to show you. But I'm going to use this other little piece, the little accent piece, to add a little bit of dark. And then I'm going to use this to make a little bit of a ground. I'm going to flip it over, make a little ground here. Of course, it could be snow, but trees. Look at this card. So I used the mountain stamp set. Here's my trees. Here's that little piece flipped over, just adding a little bit more. And I did use soft succulent, I believe, on the background. And then on the front, I did use this evening evergreen. And then I just took the blending brush and put it in the soft succulent. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you're not, maybe I don't, I think I was like, what? Flip them over and make trees? Come on now. So I guess that's why they get paid the big bucks, yes? So here are all the fun cards we made using lots of different uses for this wisteria, which I was like, wisteria, one trick pony. No, it's not a one trick pony. Look at all these different things you can make with the Wisteria Wonder. If you are looking at these in colors and you're thinking, oh my goodness, can you come back up on me? You do want everything. The way to get a whole bunch for a super good price is by becoming a demonstrator. And some people are freaked out about that. Like, well, I don't want to sell. You do whatever you want. You do you. But we have our in color starter kit right now. You get $66.50 free. So you will get the in color grid paper, in color cardstock, designer series cardstock, and the stamp pads for free. That's on top of what you would normally get for free. So it's $99. You get $125 worth of merchandise, plus you would get this additional starter kit free. I love free. And this is good in the month of May. So if you have more questions about that, ask me. You know I have a huge passion for Stampin' Up! And for card making and for people. So, and bringing joy to people, all those things. So please ask me if you have questions. Other than that, like the page, share it with your friends, stamp some cards today and post them in the comments. And there was one more thing. Oh, sign up for Card Kit Club. You will not be disappointed. It's wonderful. All right, friends, you have a fantastic Saturday. I will see you on Monday evening. Happy stamping.